Hello guys, welcome to the software engineering channel. It's so good to be back. If you've been following this channel for a while, you would notice that we started a JavaScript series and you spoke and we listened. We noticed that the audio was pretty much bad, so we had to up our game. If you're listening to this right now, which of course I know you are, I'm sure you would enjoy the very fine quality sound of the audio you're listening to. Yeah, that's because we had to I had to upgrade my audio gears, and I had to bring a new one in just so to give you the quality audio that you deserve. So you're not distracted by audio, right, while trying to gain knowledge. You know what I'm talking about. We're going to be archiving that course because I really do not see a need to build on. We have two series there in there already, so I really do not see a need to build on those two series. So we're going to be archiving that, and we're going to be starting from the very scratch, zero to master. Zero to master meaning we do not expect you to have any prior knowledge, but we're going to be taking you from no prior knowledge to becoming a master in JavaScript. Yes, so before we begin, I I think we should set the pace and set our expectations, right? We should have a sense of purpose, and basically, the idea of this whole concept is stemmed out of the fact that we want to build you as a professional software engineer, right? For this series, we're looking at the aspect of the web. So it's going to be being a web developer, right? Being a professional web developer, where you build applications online, build softwares online, and all of those good stuff, right? So, looking at the roadmap that we've been following, you have the front end developments, you have the back end developments, and under the front end developments, you have couple of very foundational knowledge that you should know. We have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We took HTML a while ago. If you are not familiar with HTML, I would advise that you check up the video below, and I'll also put a link to the video right away. If you're also not familiar with CSS, I would advise that you would also do the same. We have all of this course waiting for you to gulp in the wealth of knowledge that is in them, because you would need these two to proceed. Currently, we are currently looking at JavaScript, and that's what we're doing. And this is also to let you know that the JavaScript we're considering is gearing towards the front end development, right? Because if you look at the aspect of back end development as well, you'll see that the foundational language, the programming language that is needed, includes JavaScript as well. And basically, that's one of the advantage of learning JavaScript. Once you are able to master JavaScript, you are able to use it on the front end, and you're able to use it on the back end as well. We have C Sharp, we have Golang. All of these back end language are going to be treated on this channel, but we're going to take it step by step, and that's why we're looking at Java, the front end development side of things first, and we're considering JavaScript first, right? And going forward as well, we are going to be looking at different frameworks, right? All of these frameworks are basically high level, well thought, put together libraries that help you to achieve building on the web much more faster, right? There are certain edict that you go through when you're trying to couple JavaScript, HTML, and CSS on your own. Maintenance is another issue. When you're building very large scale applications, you are unable to maintain it when you do not have very specific flows rather. And that's why we have React, JS, and Angular. All of these frameworks, they are front end frameworks. They help you to focus on your logic and maintenance, while all of the underground, some very important underground work is done for you. So we intend looking at this framework as well. But before we go, we have to study JavaScript, and that's the essence of what we are currently doing right now. And as well, on the back end, you see a lot of frameworks building from the foundational courses, foundational programming language. So you see Node.js. Node.js is a framework for JavaScript. You see .NET is a framework for C Sharp, and you also see Golang, right? All of this is going to be treated on this channel. In this channel, our aim is to make you a full-blown software engineer. So regardless of which path you're going to be taking, you might want to decide to stay on the front end side of things. You might decide to stay on the back end side of things. Regardless, and you might also decide to say, you know what, I'm going to be combining both together. I'm going to be doing both together. You can decide to do that as well, right? But every of these building blocks that is needed for you to proceed in your web development journey would be treated on this channel. So these are the various concepts that we're going to be considering in JavaScript. And we're going to be considering variables, we're going to be considering data types, objects, loops, conditionals. We're going to be looking at functions, arrow functions, arrays, string, DOM manipulation, and we're going to be building projects with JavaScript. There's a more reason why you should care about JavaScript. I gave a reason earlier as regards the fact that major Fortune 500 companies uses JavaScript. I'm going to be picking a few of them. We have LinkedIn, we have Netflix, you have Google, we have Microsoft, you have Meta. You have all of these companies using JavaScript, and many of the startups as well. I mean, this is not an exhaustive list, right? Many of the startups as well uses JavaScript. So you have a wide variety of options. You have a wide variety of opportunity when it comes to JavaScript. So this is what we're going to be considering in this series, guys. I'm so excited. I'm pumped up about this series. In the next video, we're going to be looking at identifiers. We're going to be looking at variables, and we're going to be laying our hands on setting up what we're going to be building. We're going to be building a full-blown e-commerce website. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if all of this that I've said interests you. So see you in the next video, guys.